From the video above, you can see that we showed our trailer rough cut and final film production to our target audience. We were able to collect written feedback as well as a video to give us even more comments about what was good about our trailer and what we needed to improve on. Our target audience we filmed feedback from was a young generation of students and companions. They gave us feedback on our first rough cut and final film, and with written feedback we were given comments from all of our cuts. Next you will see the feedback that we gathered. I like how it's a modern soap, so a younger audience will want to watch. I like the setting of it. The photography studio makes it seem glamorous. I like the lighting and the good use of shots used. I thought it was really modern and fun, and I'd definitely watch it. I like the mise-en-scene and the costumes, and I like the girl in the red dress because you knew she was going to cause trouble. People commented on how they liked where the trailer was set and how it's different to other trailers. Some people commented on how the costumes the actors wore corresponded well with the characters and their personality. Because our first rough cut was very basic, we were expecting most of the comments to be improvements. The improvements we were given were as follows. One improvement I think you could make would be putting titles on it. You could add music into the background. The continuity needs to be a lot sharper. The final cut we was hoping to hear mostly positive comments because our production was now finished, so we couldn't wait to see what people thought of our trailer. The comments we got were: I like how the music complements the trailer and gives it a modern, young feel. I like the setting and the fact that the characters were all upper class. I really like the camera shot of the phone with the couple storyline. I thought the voiceovers really worked. I like them because they showed the conflict between the characters. I really like the last shot at the end where all the characters were stood together so you could see who was in the soap. Everyone who we showed our trailer to said they would definitely watch it. They liked how Blossom Hill is a young modern soap similar to Hollyoaks, so they would enjoy watching it because they could easily relate to the characters. What people mostly commented on was how the continuity was not accurate. However, we put that down to the trailer not yet being finished, as we did understand it does not yet fully make sense, and all the scenes have not been put in yet. Other improvements were ones such as no titles, voiceovers, or music, which are all things we intend to include as we continue on improving our soap trailer. The feedback for this did prove helpful, as there were certain shots that they found discontinuous that we had not before noticed. It was really helpful getting feedback from our trailers, especially with the rough cut, because we knew there were a lot of improvements to make. However, showing it to people who had never seen it before, they noticed things that we wouldn't have. It was good to see what our target audience thought worked well and thought what we could adapt on. All the improvements we made paid off in the end because for our final cut we got all positive good comments on how everyone liked the soap and how everyone would watch it in the future. We also gained feedback for our poster and magazine. This helped us because then our target audience would be able to let us know whether we have included everything on the two products or if we needed to add any improvements to them. For our first magazine draft, the comments were as follows. Most people thought the magazine was bare and needed a lot more information and detail to make it stand out. Our audience did like the logo. They thought it was very unique and suited the product well. They liked the image we had of the love triangle, but to improve it they said we should add lots more images. They also thought we didn't have enough storylines going on, so we could improve this part and adapt them to add more detail. Again, this was just our first draft, so we knew ourselves what improvements we had to make, but it was still very helpful gaining feedback from our target audience because they are the people we want to aim our product at. There is a massive change from our first magazine draft to our final magazine cover, which shows the progress we have made. For our final magazine cover, the audience said they loved how it stood out, especially with the blue background. They liked how all the pictures were matched with the storylines, and they also were very eye-catching because of the bold colours behind them. They said we had added all the relevant data, like the title, the date, the barcode, the price, and taglines that most magazines do have. Lastly, they loved the free poster idea. They thought this was very creative and added something different to the magazine. For the poster draft 1, the feedback were as follows. No one really liked the font we had used, neither did we, so this made us especially agree with this comment. They liked the picture we'd used because it shows everyone in our soap opera. Another person said that all the information was too close together, so we needed to spread it out in order for it to look better. With our final poster, the audience saw a massive change, and positive comments was all we got. The audience thought the images were much clearer now, as we had positioned it correctly. They really liked the text and how it was spread out nice and clearly. Also, the ITV1 logo made the poster have a very professional look to it. Overall, they said it stood out really well, and it was such a big improvement from our first poster. They thought it looked really professional with everything tied together with the border. Overall, I learned that it is very useful to show your work to others, especially to your target audience, who you are aiming your products at. It's good to get both good comments and improvements to make your work the best that it can be possible.